After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 571. Today is Wednesday, September 20th, 2023, as we are recording. When we record next, it will be fall. Yay. My name is Marley.
We are autumnal.
My name is Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
We want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you're new, we're glad you found us. We hope you see something you enjoy and that you'll stay with us. If you are returning, we're always glad to have you back. If you are new or returning and you're in the shadows and you'd like to get more involved or you'd like to be official, just tap the little red subscribe button on your right, even though I'm pointing to your left most likely, and then tap the little bell so you can get the notifications. There'll be a little drop down thing that'll tell you how many times, how often, give you options on how many notifications you want.
Yeah, and if you get notifications all the time, if you get it
some of the time,
selective times, or if you get it never.
Okay. Yeah, how many do you have today?
2.
Okay, I have 3. So in my Adagio
While you're doing that, you should open the curtain.
Owl and Other Forest Creature double-walled mug with a lid is my own blend that I made over there. This is To Have and to Hold. This is a butterscotch blend. I really like this. So Adagio has this really cool thing where you can make your own blends. So that's mine, one of mine. And it's decaffeinated because I had caffeine this morning, and Talia reminded me that the reason I was trying to even out my caffeine was because of potential inflammatory. So I can have caffeine now, but I'm trying not to be all caffeine.
Yeah.
So yes, this is what I'm having. I'm really excited about that.
And for me, I am having it's called purple tea. I used to get this through Plum Deluxe, but they stopped carrying it. It was a limited time, and I couldn't find it for a long time. Then I got it at Whistling Kettle. So it's an African tea, and it's still in my Jane Austen mug. I've been using other mugs when I make Mexican hot chocolate for the morning. I usually have enough to have like 3 or 4 days of 8 ounces of Mexican hot chocolate.
It's really sweet.
It is, and usually I don't want more than that. Although if I mix it up, you get more of the cinnamon. It doesn't become quite as sweet. And I think it also depends on which tablets I use, because I have 2 different brands. I'm thinking I'm switching over to the less sweet brand because it's less expensive. I don't mean calorically, I mean literally less expensive.
And since she mentioned Plum Deluxe, the last podcast or the podcast before, I asked if you thought I should keep the Plum Deluxe colorway, or if I should retire it, or if I should change the name, and ask for suggestions for names. I wanted to make it clear that I'm not jettisoning it or changing the name because I don't like Plum Deluxe anymore. The colors don't fit them anymore.
Right, they've changed
they changed their logo, they changed their look, and it's no longer that color combination. So that's why I'm changing it. Okay, so
I don't remember what they changed to.
I think it's blue and white.
Oh, okay.
I think there's like a little hummingbird or something.
I know that they changed. I seem to remember they changed the hummingbird. I can't remember if they had changed colors or not, because it's been a while. I don't have a lot of teas I go there for.
I just bought some from them. I bought
usually I go for their Christmas Santa.
Yeah, I like that. I like they have one that I can't find anywhere else. It's a buttery shortbread.
Right.
And I really like that one. And they have a vanilla cookie that I like there. And their Stargates are caramel mott. So I have like 3, possibly 4 that I like there. The rest of them I get over at Adagio usually.
Well, that's like I have 2 from Whistling Kettle. Oh, no, 1 from I do have 2 from Whistling Kettle. And then I have 2 from Tea Spot. I might have even... No, I think it's just 2 from Whistling Kettle that you do consistently. It's English Afternoon and Purple Tea. And then I have Earl of Grey and Russian Caravan. from T-Spot.
Right. Yeah, I don't, aside from those 3 or 4, I generally kind of stick to Adagio because I can make my own, and there's so many different blends that I can pretty much find everything. I do like their Santa blend, but I think Woody has one that's really similar to it.
Well, I think sometimes I find things at places like T-Spot or Whistling Kettle because I also like some of the more base teas that aren't blends, and you won't necessarily find them at some of the other places where they do fancy blends. So
although Adagio does have
they
the
do
master
have,
blends.
but like they don't have Russian Caravan.
Right.
They
don't?
No.
Okay.
No, they don't have Russian Caravan. Because I remember saying someone was trying to figure out how to blend it themselves.
Right.
So for me, I really enjoy Russian Caravan. I found it by accident at T-Spot. They had a sale for Father's Day because it's a bit of a smoky tea. And I was like, oh, I'll try that. That sounds good.
Yeah, see, that's one of the reasons why I did my Where's My Favorite Monkey. I couldn't find, on Adagio, I couldn't find, I think it's called Chocolate Monkey.
It's called Chocolate Monkey.
Chocolate Monkey. So
And it's different from place to place because Whistling Kettle has a Chocolate Monkey. It's just different than the one she was used to prior.
Yeah, I used the Whistling Kettle and one from our local store, which is where I originally got it, our local tea store, that they stopped carrying it. And I kind of used that and fudged the ingredients a little bit and made my own blend, which is very close. So I don't have to worry about finding it because I have my own blend.
Right, as long as they carry the same ingredients.
Yeah. But they're not ingredients that I can see them necessarily.
No.
You know.
The one I saw them running out for several blends, and this happened in the Agatha Christie blends, it was the White Peony.
Oh, right.
That one I saw them running out. And maybe it's seasonal because I know that a couple of Agatha Christie blends were not available because of that.
They have several things that are discontinuing in there right now. I don't know if they don't sell well or they're no longer available or what, but they're discontinuing things. And I think that happens periodically for all those places.
Yeah.
Because you are dependent on what they have.
Yeah.
Anyway, that takes care of that. We you said your tea already, right?
Yeah.
Okay, our alongs. We have the PHN Movie Night Make Along 2023, and that is almost finished with the 3rd quarter. That will end at the end of September. The 3rd quarter will end in the end of September because this goes all year long. And the projects will be knit, loom knit, crocheted, woven, paper crafts, such as journaling, origami, card making, drawing, things like that. Okay? Basically, let's see. The hashtag is hashtag PHN Movie Night 2023 on Instagram. And basically, the feature yarns and feature patterns, they're always the same unless something comes up. Anything Lady Fernico Creations, anything Franciscan Gypsy Designs, and anything that's Laura Concert, which we say Lollipop Girl Creations. I think it's Lollipop Girl Creations has everything under it.
Right, but Lollipop Girl Yarns is
yeah, but she also has patterns and stuff. So if you have a finished object that uses one featured item, either a pattern or a yarn, you get an extra chance at a prize. And if you have a finished object that uses both the featured yarn and the featured pattern that fits the theme, which in this case is anything related to movie night and in the theater, like a drive-in or a regular theater or dinner theater, like an Alamo type thing where you can eat there, whatever. That's 3 chances at a prize if you use both the featured yarn and featured pattern and relates to the theme. You are responsible for your own multiple postings because we don't have time for that. And you're all big girls and big boys, so yeah.
I don't know if we have any male viewers
but
anymore.
I didn't want to offend anybody if we got one.
Well, I remember I was watching one video where it came up in the conversation somehow where they're talking about, yeah, and actually this used to happen at school a lot. We'd have me, Eliz, and Mel, and there'd be Josh, and it'd be like, hey ladies, and Josh would just, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'm a lady, I guess.
Yeah,
He's
well.
a lady.
Yeah. Okay, we're not going to go there with that, okay? Okay, so that takes care of that. The theme, as we said, is movie night, and that's like anything to do with an actual theater experience. It could be the drive-in, a regular theater, or even something like the Alamo, which, for those of you who don't know, they have a big theater. The one up near us, they have a big screen. They have a place higher up where you can eat, and you cannot talk.
No, they will kick you out if
They will
talk,
kick you out. You
which
have
is
to
kind of
quiet.
cool. But they also, one of the big draws is that they have a menu. I had a calzone. I went there, the only time I've gone there, I went on a date. I think we must have watched Thor, because they had, like, little cartoons at the beginning. It was one of the Thors, I want to say, that Corey took me to.
We saw that one with the something Angel, I think it was, or she was an android or something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
I forget what it was.
It's based off of an anime.
Yeah, we had the movie. I just can't remember what the name of it is because Aeon Flux came out at the same time, so I always get it mixed up.
Yeah, it's Scarlett Johansson.
No, that's not Scarlett
With Angel?
No. This little girl, the person who played the mother who had lost the child was Jennifer Connelly.
Well, Aeon Flux was that one.
No. Aeon Flux was with Charlize Theron.
Oh.
This one, I think it was something Angel.
Oh, I'm thinking Ghost in the Shell for...
Yes, and we saw that too. That was good.
Yeah, okay. I know that one's based off an anime. I'm not sure about the Angel one. I did see part of that Angel one.
Yeah, that's really
I don't
good.
remember.
But anyway, we saw that at the Alamo, and that was really good. And I think we had nachos, and I forget what Mike had to eat. And I don't remember what I had to eat either. I think we had already eaten dinner. We just were having a big snack.
Yeah, I had a nice calzone. And,
in fact, I know because we ate at Outback, I think.
Okay.
Because Outback's right over here. And then,
Yeah, it was a good experience. I mean, we didn't sit in the way back. We sat. But even when you're sitting there...
You can see because you're way up.
Yeah. But even if you're sitting in the main area, they do have a place where you can put your food. Every place has like a table or whatever.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, you have like something you can put up that lets people know that you're done.
Yep.
So you don't have to make noise.
Yep. It was a good experience. I enjoyed it.
But yeah, that would be counted in that kind of thing.
A long way to that would be counted in the theaters. Let's see here. The next one is that's not right. Arthritis, cardiac dysautonomia, which is hashtag PHN ACD 2023. And again, all the featured stuff is the same for this. But this, we're supposed to be thinking about awareness of cardiac, arthritis, and dysautonomia type, be aware of those other illnesses, conditions. And this runs through September 30th. Same feature genres and patterns, but the caveat for this one is it has to be in shades of pink, red, blue, teal, or purple. Okay, for the majority of the stuff, all right? And if you have, I already said about the feature genres and patterns, all this stuff is in the group thread. So if you want to take part in this and you're not a part of the PHN home group yet, that's PHN podcast.freeforums.net in the description box below. You can join by hitting the link and asking to be let in, and we'll let you in, okay? Tortoise versus hare. Oh, and the things that are accepted is the same. The knitting, crocheting, loom knitting, and paper crafts. All right, because that's what we do. Okay. The tortoise versus hare is Laura's baby, Laura Concert. But in our group here, we do exactly what she's doing. She's accepting everything. It's wide open. At least that's what she's done in the past. And I think she's doing it on her Facebook group. That's what I heard most recently.
I can't remember.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's on. Somebody said something about her Facebook group. So this is anything that's tortoise and hare, tortoise versus hare, tortoise or hare. It doesn't have to be toys. It can be anything. It can be the yarn colorway. It can be the pattern name. It can be, whatever. As long as it's got tortoise and or hare as the theme. And the featured yarns and patterns are the same, and what is accepted is everything, all right? And I think I said that, they say the hashtag on this one? Tortoise versus hare 2023 is on the hashtag on Instagram. Okay, so that takes care of that.
And that'd be you first. I was just double checking when our Zoom is. It's not this Friday, but the Friday after. As far as we know, there should be no reason to change. But that's why I wanted to check to make sure, because it was in my brain at that moment.
I really hoped I would have this finished by now, because Ty is chomping at the bit for me to start hers, as if she thinks hers going to be next, but...
Of course it is. I've provided all the yarn, and we will be showing all the yarn.
Yeah.
Of course, we will probably have to pick up more, and by we, I mean me, but...
Let's see here. Okay. I did very little this week because I had a virtual retreat this weekend and a wedding to attend.
Yeah.
So I did not do a whole lot. And whenever I sat down to do something, I was like, eh. I had to let my hand rest a little bit, to be quite honest with you.
Well, because you were going gangbusters for so long.
Yeah.
And now you can go at a more relaxed pace.
Yep. So this...
The only rush for this is that you've been wanting it forever.
I want it for Christmas.
Yeah.
I want this for Christmas so I can wear it with my silver skirt and sweater. So this is... Whoops, let me see here.
It's a bunny.
Yes, it is. So here we go.
is.
This is my favorite pattern to wear in terms of shawls. Because
And actually, I'm wearing one right now with the shawl pin. This is, you'll see me doing this a lot. You'll actually keep an eye on during podcasts. The shawl pins will change.
yeah, this, I made that one as well.
Yes.
So this is what it's looking like. It's definitely got the gray thing going, which is what I really wanted for my silver outfit, because I don't have anything to go with it. I didn't want all black for that. I thought that was too dark. I might still eventually make a black with maybe silver and red, or maybe silver and blue, like a zing. Something very bright that's to contrast with a pure black.
Are you still wanting the Dobbin wood? Because I found your Dobbin wood the other day when I was searching through things.
Well, I thought you just forgot about it.
I did, but I was wondering if you still wanted, if the shape was still something that you liked.
I don't know. I haven't worn it.
I should let you wear mine occasionally so you get an idea, instead of like me finishing it and then you deciding you don't like it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, mine is nice. It's in zing, so you might find that it goes with a lot of things. Usually, I just wear that one if I think I'm going to be sleeping and I might need it, because it doesn't cover your arms in the same way.
Right. Yeah, I'd have to try it on and wear it for a little bit and see if it stays on and how
It does
you
a
know.
pretty good job staying on.
But this grows when I do it. It grows because it's it's a medium weight and it's a double crochet, so it does work up pretty fast. This is one I've got 3 designs in my head that I have to get down, and I just haven't been able to sit down and do it. I started on one of them, writing it out, but one of them is based on this, and so
On this or on the other one?
what other one?
The Sarah Sweetheart's one.
No,
Okay.
that's the other pattern.
Well, I wasn't sure because I knew you were doing the other pattern. I just wasn't sure. I didn't know you were doing one for this, like this as well.
Yeah, I have 2 blanket patterns in my head and 1 shawl pattern in my head. So I have to figure out how to sit down and do it, and they're all crochet, so that'll balance out the one little lonely knit one I have. So we'll see how that works. I'm still trying to figure out, how to increase and decrease, like in a pattern or something. Like I would like to put the Surabelle into one of these shawls, but I'm not sure how to do that with the particular stitch because it brings everything in.
Right.
So I'm not really sure it would be workable even for that. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing for this.
Okay, so my first 2 projects.
Look, it matches.
It does match.
It matches us. Okay, go ahead.
And we didn't do this on purpose.
No.
She was actually rather annoyed that I wore this color because she wanted to wear my shawl.
Yeah, I want to wear her shawl to match because it's getting cooler here, but not cool enough to wear a coat or a jacket. So I wanted to wear that shawl. I wore this because she wore that yesterday.
Well, I was like, I only
Brat.
have 2 of these shawls,
Brat.
so.
Brat, you could have wore the other one.
But I didn't. Duh.
That sounds like a non-excuse to me.
But.
It's your turn.
Sorry, I got a notification. I wanted to see what that was. But yes, I did have a design I worked on, but I can't show it because it's a design and it's not released yet. But I did. This is my first of the 2 actual projects I worked on.
It's looking good.
So
Is that the one we're working together?
yes, that is.
And by together, I mean she's like light years ahead of me.
Well, because this is nice and easy for me. It's potato chip because as soon as I finish a log, I can add another color. And if I can't think,
Well, that doesn't make potato chippy. That makes interesting. Potato chippy means you just don't have to think about it.
well, I don't feel like I have to think about it.
Okay, but you said...
Okay, so it's potato chippy in the fact that I
Yeah.
don't really have to think about it, but also I do the one more, which is potato chippy.
Well, it's meditative, but it's not... my point is,
I think
it's motivating is what it is.
Well, with potato chips also, you always are saying one more.
No, I don't think that with potato chip, I just feel like potato chip just means you can go and go and go just because you don't have to think about it. Whereas if you are adding something like this, it's motivational. It's
I mean, I think you can make an argument for either or.
What is it that they say in that Men in Black that I was just watching? Yeah, the last one with Charles Brolin. Let's agree to disagree before he blows the guy's head off.
But I do find myself just wanting to add the next color and then wanting to get far enough so that way, at least get it started enough. And then it's like next thing you know, you're through a log. Now, they're getting longer. So it does take, a smidge longer. I need to see if I have another Madtosh to add to this other log, because this particular row happened to be all Madtoshes, just because I had leftovers. And even if, what I've been doing is, even if I run out of a color in the middle of a log, I continue going with that log in whatever color I can find that's closest.
Part of me wants to do something like that, either in the crochet or in the knit, that's like neutrals, like cream, tan, brown, or
I can see where that'd be pretty. I wouldn't want to do it, but
like all the different greens or all the different reds or all the different, something that would be really pretty.
I could see where that'd be really pretty. I wouldn't want to make it, but I can see where it'd be really pretty.
I wouldn't mind making that. That'd be because you still have the color change.
Yeah.
You know.
But yes, that's it for this. It's it's definitely growing, and then I get to start rooting around for the next color to join, and yeah.
Because sometimes I get tired of the crazy, and sometimes I just want, witness this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me put this one aside. I should probably have the orange one in this one, and the blue one, and that other one that I couldn't, my Sorabelle one.
Well, you see, I actually kind of feel like my other log cabin isn't quite as crazy because it's actually got a plan to it.
Right. But it's still got the brighter colors.
No, it does still have the brighter colors.
I wouldn't want to keep the one that was like, natural, and then ecru and cream and brown, tan and brown. I wouldn't probably want to necessarily keep that, but it would be pretty for a gift for somebody.
Right.
Who likes that kind of
color scheme.
The color scheme that's really open, and it's really almost modern. I think of deserts when I think of that. So you can put that particular kind of blue and that particular kind of pink or orange or something, and you have a desert thing, But I just think it would be pretty to make. It'd be restful to make, like this would be pretty in the blanket too, but very dramatic. It would be a totally different feel.
Yeah, it would be,
because it would be, that dramatic black and white. Like, it makes me think of those old 1950s diner floors where they'd have the black and white tiles, and maybe they have the red seats.
Right. Have you seen the floors where they have like the tiles and it's kind of a diamond, but then you have like a red diamond in the center?
Yeah. I haven't seen those in a long time though.
Yeah, those are old.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even seen them in person. If I have, it's been a long time. Your turn.
I needed a drink. Because I need, courage.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. All right, in my PHN 10-year Podiversary bag by the lovely Anne Gander Nee Brody. Okay. This is my Sorabelle. It's a Sorabelle scarf pattern in my blanket. It's called the Strawberry Shortcake Blanket. And this is another one that, basically got worked on during the podcast. So it's not really very far. But just so refreshing, you can see what it looks like. It is growing. It is. And I have started that other ball of yarn, which I started on the podcast last week. So, big old fuzzy. Whoops. There we go.
It's a bunny.
I got an email from, I forget. I don't know if it was Space Cadet Yarns. I don't think it was Space Cadet. I forget who it was. But anyway, she was saying that she was going to hold together 2 skeins of yarn together because I don't know what the pattern was, but she didn't want to have to count to change for the yarn she was using and all that. So she's just going to use a lace weight with her DK. So I guess she was wanting a worsted or something.
That wouldn't be enough to make it a worsted, I would think.
She said it was.
Oh.
In any event,
it's a pretty thick weight. Lace weight.
In any event, the lace weight was this fuzzy yarn. I'm like, ugh. Because that's just gonna. That's gonna be so hard to tink back if she makes a mistake. Maybe she doesn't.
Remember Kay used to add mohair.
That's what she added.
Mohair. Yeah, like she would do mohair with it.
Yeah, it was a mohair polymade merino or something like that, and I was like, ugh. Nope, I don't add things that are fuzzy on purpose. So, it just gives me the shivers because you can't. It's very hard for me to tink back with that. It knots up on itself and it grabs itself. It's like, no, don't make me leave. So, but yes, it's growing. It's my Strawberry Shortcake baby blanket, and this is another one that I'm really close to finishing. My goal is to finish these things that are close to being finished before the year is out. And that's pretty generous. I mean, we've got a couple weeks of September, all of October, all of November, and all of December.
I have no such goals.
So that's, these, and I only have 3 items my shawl, and this. I guess I only have 2 items that have to be finished that are that close.
My problem is I think I've been wanting to work on my newer projects because they're very mindless. So,
yeah, I'm going to go through and I'm going to have to rip out a few things. I don't want to rip out Ty's Melissa blanket because I love the way it's working up. But I'm afraid that I've waited so long that the gauge is probably off.
I don't think you can always try and see if it is.
Yeah. And I think I might have made a mistake. I might have you look at it.
Okay.
And see. I love the way it's working. I like working mosaic. I just haven't been able to sit down and actually finish anything.
I've designed all these mosaic patterns for her. She hasn't finished one.
No. I haven't even finished the one I started way back when I started mosaic.
I was like, oh, I made some owls for her. She'll totally finish those. I made 2 owl dishcloths for her.
I love them. They're so cute. I need to figure out a way.
Did I do an owl bookmark for you too?
Maybe?
I want to say I did.
Did you?
I want to say I did.
You might have. I'm going to get back into the mosaic, because I do like mosaic knitting. I think I got sidetracked with a few things, one of which was the hands bother me. The other was her surgery, other things.
Well, I know that all the owl stuff would have been after it would have been 2020 because that was when the bulk of my designing was when I had that big
a chunk of
yeah.
But I would like to get back into that because I really do like mosaic knitting. It's fun. I don't know why I didn't even finish my crosses, my little bookmark that Brittany made, I think 2 of them, and I just, after I started, I just didn't I just couldn't quite get back into it. And I have like some beautiful shawl patterns and stuff that aren't difficult. I just haven't.
Well, there's and I do intend on doing it at some point, even though they're a bit short for what I prefer for shawls, if I remember correctly. There is a Baron shawl and a Luthean shawl, and they're
mosaic too, aren't they?
Huh?
They're
mosaic, and they are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm kind of at the point now that as much as I like that, I'm not sure I want to make something if I'm not going to use it. There are other things that need to be made.
Well, I have ripped things that I'm like, this is pretty, but I'm not going to use it.
Well, I need to get you to sit down with me later on, because what I'd like to do, if I'm going to do the owl cloths, is I want to make some towels to go with them. And we have to see, I want to see how I can adjust it to make a dish towel, regular towel.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, where your Cotton would come in really well.
Yes, and I do have some of that. And that's easy to get from Amazon. Now I got the colors that matched our kitchen because it was intended for our kitchen.
Well, that's what I mean. And I'd like to have some.
And towels. I would let you have that because I'm not using it.
I think the Cotton would work better for an actual dish towel than
I agree.
Than the washcloth. I think we have to stick with the cotton for the.
Well, yeah, the Cotton I got it for a. It's supposed to cover bread. It was something made specifically for that. But
well,
then
it's breathable.
I decided I didn't want to do the pattern, so.
It's a shame because it was really cute.
Yeah, I forget what it was where I just like, I don't care.
Yeah, I think that's what happened with my mosaic for a while. I was like, I don't care. I did find my one skein of Flock Brizonas, but it's bamboo and cotton.
Sorry.
Bamboo, cotton, and silk or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I had to think about it.
Because I had to give mine away because that cotton bothered me.
And I may have to do that as well. I have to reskein it. It's a really pretty skein. I think I bought it because it was a heavier weight, and he doesn't often have heavier weights at the Fiber Festival.
I have gotten heavier weights from him because I did Diana's hat.
Well, this is the one time I got it from him. But
because I have the matching set, it's a Diana's hat and I have the other Azuzu's petals.
Well, he
alpaca.
He was really super nice, and they're not going to be at the Fiber Festival this year.
That's why we're doing past tense apparently.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, so my last one, I had to change bags because I outgrew it. So I'm sorry for allergies. In my, I know Laura gave me this bag. I'm trying to see if it has a tag. This is the bunny bag that she gave me. The tag might be on the inside. Oh no, this is, I don't know why I said this. Mama C gave me this bag. She made it.
She made it, yeah.
Yeah, I should have known it matches the.
Yeah. Yeah, you're...
It just took a second because I've received so many bunny bags from different people. Sometimes I mix up who
gave it to
who.
me. Not
The
that
one that Laura gave me was blue.
Yeah.
That's what it was,
The-
and it was slightly different fabric.
We are very grateful to
Oh
everybody
yeah.
who...
Oh yeah. I love the bags.
They're just...
But it took me a second to remember whose fabric this was. But no, this is Mama C's. It matches the. I actually used the what are they called? What are those things called?
the
pads? Hot pads?
Hot pad, yeah.
I use them when I'm having something like hot chocolate. I'll put it on there.
Yeah, she's got it all loved.
That one's been washed too.
Yep.
But in this bag has moved this project has moved in this bag. This is my Log Cabin Love. I did have to pick up more blue because I ran out of the Blue Bonnet. The Blue Bonnet is a discontinued color by Knit Picks, and I wasn't able to find an exact match, so I got as close as I could. It's definitely not the same, but it's the closest that was available. So, it's not that color. I'm just trying to find my ball band for that. Okay, so I think that's this one. So this is Wool of the Andes, and the colorway is Bermuda.
That's pretty.
So it's it is a different blue.
Oh, it's definitely a different blue.
But it's the one like
it's deeper.
It's deeper, and it's got more of a aquatic
Yeah.
tone.
That's exactly what I thought, yeah.
But it was the closest one. The other ones were either too. They just had a different tone. It didn't feel right.
Did they have Celestial still?
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Celestial, I was looking at it, it just didn't feel right. Whereas this one at least had the same tonality or something.
Well, same feel to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's real close.
Yeah, it's just that this one is a little bit more.
It could almost be the different forms of a wave as you get... You have
Yeah,
this,
exactly.
You have this, then this, then this. You know,
Yeah,
kind of-
exactly. So this is the logs opposite. I did have to pick up more yarn for the blanket because I had some left of the Blue Bonnet. It just wasn't enough to do another log. I don't know why I'm not gonna knitting this right now. So yeah, yesterday when the yarn came in, I went ahead and picked up the stitches and got the other log started.
Right.
And I'm still deciding what order I'll continue on because I have the purples, the pinks, and the yellows before I do the edging. So it's going to be a little bigger than I initially planned, but I think that's also going to be nice on my lap.
Yeah, it's nice. It's heavier than you think.
Well, it's worsted.
Oh, it is worsted.
This is worsted. And I went down needles because he called for like 10 and a half.
He likes his stuff a little bit lighter.
And I don't like my stuff that light, so.
Weighted lapgan.
Yes. Well, no, it's not weighted.
Well, it is compared to what he would have done. You know, we love George. He's fantastic. He's
Yeah.
so talented.
Well, everyone has their, and also he might be in a warmer state.
He is.
Okay, I thought it was either California or
I
Florida.
think he's in Florida.
That's what I thought.
I think that's where he's
I
at.
thought it was either California or Florida. So I was like, regardless, he might need a lighter thing because it's not as cold over there. And also, I tend cold.
Okay, in my Bee Wings country bag, country farm animals bag. I love this bag. I've kind of moved away from drawstrings, but this one I love. It's absolutely fabulous. I have the drawstrings I keep for a reason. I love them. And this is a really nice drawstring that Brittany gave me. This has my version of Natalia's other.
Well, that's one I'm
she's working on right now. So I had picked up this top one here. I'm getting ready to bind off, and I'm just taking my time on it because I'm having trouble seeing where to pick up on the edges for the things that aren't flat.
Right. That means it's going to take practice.
Yeah, but this one I'm going to bind it off, and I think I'm going to use this color again for this side, and then I'm just going to go like you did, just random.
That's what I did here. You know, you could see, although I did run out of this color, this one just is close-ish.
Well, you ran out, so that's why.
But yeah, these two matched. I tried to match these two.
This is Expression Fiber Arts. These two are Miss Babs. I think this one is a Scano right here. It looks like it might be a Scano. Feels like it might be a Scano. So that's how far I've gotten. I'm kind of happy with this. When I get the next one done, hopefully I have another log done by the time we have the podcast, but I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. So,
well, I think as you get comfortable picking up the stitches, and I want you to try first by yourself, and then if you mess up, you can snag me later. But I want you to get the confidence in doing it.
yeah.
Because
Well,
without me staring at you.
I need to sit down with you and make sure I know what the numbers are, how to do the numbers.
Right.
So I can write
have it
down in my
written
book.
down.
Yeah, so I can write it down in my book.
But I want you to pick up the stitches by yourself.
I've been picking up the stitches by
Yeah.
myself. It's just, but yeah, so this is fun. I'm enjoying this, and if I get once I get the hang of this, it'll go pretty fast.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. It'll be nice. And the good thing about this is that if I mess it up, I don't have to take the whole thing out.
Yeah, it's just
It's
log.
just the log. And that might be a pain in the neck if it's a great big long log, but it's just the log.
Yeah.
Instead of, I messed this up and now all my project is gone.
Right.
Which is one of the things that kind of scares me off from doing anything but a shawl.
Right.
So that's that.
All right. Well, I don't have any more.
I have something for that they can't see.
And I already mentioned the thing I can't show.
I can't show it to you because I haven't started it for one reason. For
Oh, okay, of course.
for another reason, that's the one I'm writing up right now, and I'm still winding up the yarn. But I can't show you. I showed you the yarn when I got it. I transferred it all to this ginormous bag that Mama C made me. I love this bag. Look at all the owls. I love this bag. She spoils me. So this is. I started winding up the yarn. So I wound up.
Is there something in the owl's mouth?
What?
Is that just a blue chest, or is there something in his mouth?
No, it's a blue chest.
Okay.
There's others. So I was going to start with the center yarn being this red here. It doesn't. Can you see it? It's kind of a.
Yeah, they can see it.
It's called Garnet
Yeah.
Heather.
I have that in a different blanket.
And I was going to use this and the pink as the sides. And I looked at them. I thought, this and the pink would be better together. This and the pink would be better together. So this is going to be the center.
I think it's better to center anyway. I always have.
And what I'll probably do with this is, because it's going to be planned out, because I have an idea in my head for this. This is the pattern I'm trying to work on. This will be the center, and maybe it'll be the last, like, edging on the edge.
You'll have time to figure that out.
If I go that way. I have two of these, I think. I think I have two of these. Or maybe, yeah, I think I have two of these. I think I only have one of these. I might have to get another one because I didn't expect to use
Right.
this. So I've got...
And I don't have any spare because I probably will need to pick up more myself for my blanket.
I've got 3 shades of red, 2 shades of blue, 2 shades of green, and cream for this. So it's very country in terms of its feel. And that's really all I can say about that for the moment. Hopefully this will come to fruition and I'll be able to show it to you later.
I'm sure you will.
Okay.
Okay, so no other knitting type stuff?
For knitting, no.
Yeah. Because we have no FOs, we have nothing like that.
Oh, wait, where does this go? Oh, this is the...
So, before we go on to journaling and stash enhancement, I wanted to show, this is what I pulled out from my stash for the weigh it that Mom's going to be starting for me.
Not a weigh it.
Now, I don't know why I keep calling it a weigh it. Scrap shawl. So, Mom had dyed up this DK chocolate covered strawberry. Oops. So, this is an older one.
Yeah, it's even got the old label on it.
I have...
This isn't even the label that Maureen made. This is the label Maureen gave me that one time.
Right.
Before she did the other labels for me. That was she just sent it to me. So this is really early.
Then talking about early, this is back when Verdant Griffin used to be a thing.
When Verdant Griffin was attached to Dragonfly Fibers.
Yeah, because it's still called the Traveler DK. And I think this is my first or second Fiber Festivals. My first Shenandoah. I'm pretty sure I got Shenandoah.
I wasn't sure if we had to send it. I thought we got it at Maryland.
Okay, wherever I went, it was one of my first Fiber Fest. It was my first Fiber Festival. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it was Maryland because I went to I don't know.
I don't know.
It was one or the other.
This is Cherry Pie, Sueña. I don't know what this one is. I just know it goes.
I wonder if this is one of Heidi's.
I don't know. I don't know what this one is
It
either.
could be one of mine. I don't know.
I think this comes in the rodeo kit, but isn't itself rodeo?
Yeah. Is this the one that we said? Yeah, this is a little more rust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Cyber Craft Room. I've only used them once, I think, in a fingering weight. Space Odyssey.
I have, did I give it to you yet? The Cyborg craft room that you got me for Christmas. It was blue. And I was going to ask you to make something for me.
You have not. I know that you got it. I remember thinking it was pretty, but no, I do not have that.
I have blues in this, blues and greens. Either Davina or Ty got it for Christmas.
I don't know what this is. It feels soft.
Oh, it does feel soft.
But it's also...
Are we sure this is wool?
Oh, that's not anything, but the only thing I could think of is maybe it's got some silk or something in it.
Or something in it.
And I know we're going to have slightly different fabrics in there throughout. Now, these are my big deal ones. Oh, hang on. This is Miss Babs.
Yeah.
And then I have...
I really like that.
Rodeo. This is the last of my Rodeo. I did have a little bit that ended up being in a small ball so I could put it in my blankets. Just like for my remaining bit of airport hot sauce. I had it in my Emma shawl, but I was sitting there being realistically, that's not a size I'm going to wear. I'd rather have it in the scrap shawl where I will wear it all the time and I have all these reds because this doesn't go with the reds I tend to wear. So I felt like I'd like to have a red shawl. So I separated things for Mom. I said, whatever order you want. If you want to add black, great. If you just want to continue in the shades of red, that's fine.
I think we need to get some obsidian or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It should work with this still.
Yeah. Because I have a dark brown. Like a really dark brown.
But then that won't work with this one.
But then that won't work with this one. And I would rather pull in the black.
I don't think it'll be an issue.
And, yeah, so there is that. I went through, and it freed up some shelf space for my books. Which is nice, because I've been wanting to consolidate my collection a little bit, you know, try to pick up things when I need it, not necessarily have as much of a yarn stash just sitting around. I mean, socks are different. And I do have some of the weights.
Well, you have the thing that's hanging on your door, and then if you have a one for each weight that you use, one for DK, one for...
And maybe I have two for DK, which I tend to use more.
Right. So you have two for DK, one for sock weight, one for... Because you can put more in a sock weight.
Yeah.
And one for sport.
Yeah.
And then you have everything else for books.
Because, you know, I don't need as much as I've had in the past. It's been great to have when especially with some of the financial things, but, you know, I'm slowing down. I'm not doing it quite as fast as I was, and I am reading a lot, so I need the book space.
Yep.
So it's just balancing my space.
It shows where you're at right now.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
It might change. I mean, I have all my bare yarn is still up there. I have to dye yarn, and I've got, you know, some in the shop, and I've got some of my stuff. My stash is way down.
Well, your stash has been way down for a while. My stash has always been quite a bit bigger, and like I said, it stood me good stead when I couldn't work, when I initially couldn't work, and I really was struggling to get any sort of...
Well, these scrap patterns and also the scrap shawl and these blankets that I'm doing are helping me to pull out some of the yarns that I didn't know what to do with it. I bought at fiber festivals and stuff. I mean, I just didn't know what to do with it because...
That's what's happened with some of these reds, where I have like one or two skeins, or...
Well, it's like I don't know if you guys remember the wedding blanket that I showed you. It was a Miss Babs colorway that was a fiber festival. And I thought I was going to use it for a turtle, but I couldn't think of anything else to use it for. I just didn't care for it that much. I put it in that blanket, and I still have more, so the next blanket I make, it's going to go back in there. It could end up in a toy.
Well, it could end up in the blanket you're working now.
Yeah, and it could end up in a Cerebel.
Yeah.
No, it won't end up in the blanket. Well, yeah, it could. It could.
The one that's like this one. But anyway, journaling.
Well, journaling, I don't have the stuff for journaling. A lot of the...
Well, I'm not talking about stash enhancement. I'm talking about I have an actual journal thing to show.
Yeah, I was going to say my journaling is all in my head right now because I got a bunch of different things that we'll talk about when we get to stash enhancements.
So I'm still doing my book journal. Eventually I'm going to have to pick up another journal. But I got my first washi tape ever. And I'm excited about... Whoopsie. I'm excited about it. So...
Very cool.
Along the bottom, and then along the side here.
Very nice.
And then my last thing to show is this...
Bunny butts.
well, not just the bunny butts. Keep calm and carry on. I'm waiting for my Tudor washi tape to come in to be on either along the bottom and along the side here. This is my name tag for TudorCon, which I never actually used. And then this was an envelope I happen to have, and it says things on it like, keep good men company and you shall be of their number, and knowledge makes humble, ignorance makes proud. It has bunnies on it. And there's a pink sticker that has a crown on it, so it worked to look like it was a letter, and or like it was sealing this envelope, and then I can make it look like I received my ticket in the mail, which even though I didn't, it was printed out. It was my TudorCon streaming ticket that no one was asked for, but you know, they just were like, hey, here's your ticket.
Well, it's kind of fun.
It is kind of fun. And it wouldn't print out before TudorCon, but I was able to print out later for this. So it allowed me to use up the space so I could start with a fresh facing forward for the next book, which is actually a Tudor book. So, that's because I finished my Chapuis. So, yes.
What's this stamp?
There's
Stamp.
Oh, the stamp?
No.
Keep,
No. This.
oh, yeah.
I want one of these.
Yeah, I can, because what happens is the place where I go on Amazon, and also there's different kinds. They look slightly different. Different ones, book ones, and you would say from the library of, or you personalize it.
Yeah.
No, I love it. Now,
I would like something like from the imagination of.
yeah, I think you could probably personalize it to say that. And you can maybe even have something that's slightly different in the book, maybe an open book, so you can even pretend that you're writing in it. Yeah, there's different designs, which is kind of cool. And what she's talking about is my stamp. I put these in all my books, and then when I own the book, like say versus reading it from the library, like I have, or versus doing an Audible, like this one, I think I borrowed online from like one of the apps, library apps, so it doesn't get the stamp. But any book that I own, besides stamping inside the cover, I will stamp my little thing for the library card. And of course I have my stamp that I can do every time I read it. So every time I reread the book, and I do intend to reread this one, I have the date stamp. But yeah, I can absolutely show you that. And this, they are self-inked. Now you can get the ones where you can just get it's less expensive, and I think you can still personalize it where it's not self-ink, and also you could change out what color you do each time. Where you have like the wooden thing and you press it on there, and you just ink it yourself each time.
Right.
And you might decide you like that better, because with this one I am going to have to get like an actual like ink refill.
Right.
Where I drip it in there and let it settle in there, because
Yeah, I would
self-inking.
just rather do the.
That's what I thought you'd prefer. So, and you might find that more reasonable for you, because this is also the date one is also a self-ink. Now the date one, you just change out the cartridge.
Yeah, and those are like the old ones used to also just.
Yeah, I think
Because I used to work at the library, just. Boom,
I
boom.
think I've seen people use it like that, but yeah, I think that maybe you would like the kind of wood stamp better, and you could still get them personalized.
I have to see if they have a couple of them. You know.
Yeah, because they're less like, I wasn't going to splurge for a couple of the ones that were self-inking because they're more expensive, but yeah, totally for the wooden ones, which even though they're personalized, so they are more expensive than just getting whatever, but it's kind of nice to have your name on it. And since you're doing it from imagination of versus from the library, you can use it in different ways.
Well, I would like to get one if I can that can go in my religious journal, and then a couple that go in my other journals.
Right.
Other journals.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to find the area on Amazon so I can show you. But yeah, I'm now getting ideas, and I'm getting excited about this. As you can see, it's making me be a little bit more creative with this. I've determined that I'm not a true junk journaler. I can take certain aspects I like from it, but I am finding my personal niche in what I like for journaling.
And I'm finding that as well. In fact, next time I go to Stacy, it's Stacy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And next time I go to Stacy and ask her for a journal, I'm going to see if I can personalize it a little bit more in terms of the pages themselves, because I love the one she gave me, but I'm challenged. I'm going to ask her for some ideas with how to do some of the printed pages, because I'm not used to that. but she does a fabulous job.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Her journals are absolutely amazing. I love my
I've just come to realize that my brain, even though I can do if I work really hard, I have trouble getting inspired for a true junk journal.
So do I, because what happens is
I can do it more for the religious part.
I get disconnected.
Uh-huh.
It's like I have this idea and I have the junk journal page and they go together. It's like they short.
Yeah.
You know, because I can't quite.
Well, the junk journal is very much in my mind something that is in the impulse of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why it's like I might do something a page here, but then I go 20 pages down.
I don't go when I do that one, and I love it. I love working in it, but I don't necessarily go in order.
Well, that's why my religious one works so well, because I'm not doing it in any order. It's when I'm especially inspired by something. Whereas this one has a very definite thing. I had this book I finished. Mm-hmm. So here's my library card. Here's my catalog card, my book catalog card. Here's my review of the book. So it's very set up. Even the TutorCon part was very set up. Versus if I just run into a quote that I like, I might take a quote from the book and then put it in the other journal, because that's more of what the bunny journal's for.
So your book journals has kind of like what I want to do with my religious journal. My religious, I have my religious journal. I showed you the other day, the one I use for when I get up in the morning. I go to mass.
Mm-hmm.
I do all, that's all very straightforward. I think the most whimsical thing I have in that is like a box.
Well,
you know,
I'm not particularly whimsical, and we've discussed this.
right? But the other one, this one that I have in my head now, I want to do more of the background papers and the washi tape, and I want to have like prayers, or I want to have, you know, quotes and that kind of stuff. And that one kind of falls between my normal just write everything down and this one that's Eeyore one, which is so whimsical. I feel like doing this and it's going to go here.
Yeah.
You know, I drew a picture, it's going to go here.
Right.
So that one's probably going to take longer to fill up.
Right, because it's very much based on the impulse of the moment, and it doesn't fit anywhere else, but you want to make sure you don't lose it.
I love the cover on that journal. I absolutely love it. I mean, it is.
Well, I have a quote that I want to pull out. I just finished reading a part, last night before I went to bed, I read a part of Persuasion, and one of the characters says something to the effect of basically that women don't expect to have their lives easy all the time. We expect to have, just like anyone else, the ups and downs and whatever. And the context was that the sailor, the Navy captain was like, well, you know, he has so much respect for women, he doesn't want to take them on board the ship. They should be, like, basically pampered. And his sister, who is married to a Navy guy and went everywhere around the world with the guy, like, she felt worse when she wasn't with him. So,
yeah, I get that.
And so she's like, well, none of us expect to have it easy all the time. We know that we're going to have the ups and downs. I'm misquoting her. She said it much better.
I hope so.
But I love that particular couple, the husband and wife, where she goes everywhere, all over the world with him, to the point where if he walks down the street, he's like, I feel better without a woman on my arm. So he has like the main character walk with him down the street, and he's like, he basically wishes all women had the name Sophie because that's his wife's name. He's so cute.
Okay, so that's cool. All right, so that takes care of that.
But I want that quote in the other journal.
What are we doing?
Okay, so that leads us on to stash enhancements, unless you have some shop stuff.
Oh, I don't at this point. I hope to have some in the near future. I hope. I don't know if I'm going to the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival or not. It's up in the air because one of my closest friends is going, but she's going with a friend of hers that's going to be moving, and I don't want to be in a third wheel.
You've been hemming and hawing about whether you want to go anyway.
So, and she would never say that I was.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be that person who's like, okay, they're maybe having some time together before she moves to Ohio, which is 3 or 4.
It's always awkward being the third.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'll be going. I can't do a lot of things that I want to do. You know, first of all, Ty won't be there. Secondly, the things I want to eat, I don't know if I can eat. So I think I might just stay home unless she says, oh yeah, it's okay, and we're all going to come and you know, you'll do it X, Y, Z. Because my husband's willing to drive me if I want to go. But I don't think so. I think maybe I'll just buy a couple skeins of yarn online and go that way. And also, I don't need to buy $200 worth of yarn, which is what I'll do if I go there. Because it's Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. And then, of course,
we'll just go on an Etsy spree for
paper stuff.
Because
that's what I'm buying right now.
Yes, the next time you will probably see quite a bit of stash enhancement in that area?
Well, my stash enhancement from that area, that I have a whole bunch of that I just picked up, but it's all on the computer because it's printables.
Although you do have others coming in.
I do have others coming in, but the ones that I got that I could have showed you are all on the computer.
Yeah.
So I can't do anything with that. But Talia,
Yeah, show those, because we both have that one.
Talia found this because we both have a lot of pain. This is a way of keeping track
And
of it.
I've fallen off of tracking my stuff. After my surgery, I just got really bad about it.
And this is particularly good for the stuff I'm doing physical therapy for, but also it has a place for me to write in like the stuff for my jaw, the stuff with my wrist or whatever. And it looks like this. And what I'm going to do right now is, you can see the morning on the top and the afternoon on the bottom. And what I'm doing right now is I will use the back. I will put split it in half on the back, and the top half will be morning and the top half will be evening in case I need to write more.
Now, alternatively, you write the date on the top. You could also have it back and front, and then just make the other page the same day if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I could.
So just another way to think it through.
But I think what I'm going to end up doing after I finish these like 5 or 7 pages that she ran off for me is I'm going to do it back and front, and I'll do the line here where it divides it, where it says evening here. I'll do the line here, and this is where you'll have your
Holes.
binder holes.
Yeah.
Up here and along this side would be any extra for here, and down here and over here would be any extra notes for this, and that should be fine.
Yeah.
Unless I had something else, and I'll just put a sticky note
Yeah.
or something. So, but right now it's like this, and I think it'll be really helpful because I have a fair amount of pain, and
Well, you don't realize how much you have until you're trying to track. And then if you wanted to, right before you go to an appointment, you can scan over it and write quick notes, to remember to tell the doctor.
right. Well, the good thing about this is when I go into PT or whatever, first time you go, they make you fill out one of these. Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember what it feels like
Yeah.
here. Well, if I go down the stairs in the morning, I find this is hurting, I can write it down right away.
Right. And then you are consistently thinking about it, so you have a baseline knowledge of what you're experiencing. You're actually being mindful.
And I always feel like it makes me very self-centered to do this kind of stuff. That's why I kind of shy away from it.
It takes a while to get used to because it feels weird initially to be that tuned into your body, but the doctors and physical therapists and the like don't know how to help you if you aren't aware of your body. Also, once you start noticing, oh, these are my triggers, this is, you are able to maybe help make your life a little easier, and hence the people around you.
I need to find something for food because
That should be easy.
I am having definite food things.
Oh, yeah.
Not allergies, just
Yeah, that's quite easy to find. I'm sure there's something printable like that on Etsy.
Now, do you have something?
I have other sessions.
I have two. Well, I have one that's mine and one that's not mine.
Okay, so I have this one you saw this before, but I needed to get more yarn for the
Blanket?
Log Cabin Love blanket. Because I need more than one skein to do a log, and I'll probably need to pick up more of some of these colors later.
Now, this one was a surprise. I didn't know Ty had gotten it for me.
Well, I wanted one for myself, and I knew that this is one of Mom's preferred writers, and I couldn't justify getting it for myself if I didn't get it for her.
I was an enabler. The Proverbs Explained by Father Mitch Pacwa.
I'm just interested in the Proverbs in general, maybe because they're so practical.
Look what they have on the back. It's a sticker. It says, "We buy used books, booksrun.com." Yay! Okay, I know it's weird, right? But look at that.
I always like when there's things like that.
And it's got the little code there on the side, on the binding.
Is it? It's printed by EWTN.
Yeah, this is printed by EWTN, which is Eternal Word Network, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
Eternal Word
Yeah.
Television Network.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And this guy, this priest is really good. I love him. I have several of his Bible studies. And
But this one looks like it's just a book.
this is just a book on the Proverbs. And it's in really good shape. It got bent. It looked like somebody decided to bend the
page.
page to mark their place, because usually when it's just a random thing, it's more than one. It just kind of gets it's just this one page. It's fine. It's not hurting anything. And he's always got like things that make you think. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I'm also going more toward reading than I am crafting right now. I'm trying to balance everything. My internet presence is almost nothing right now. If you need me, email me, or you can need to reach me, email me, or get on PHN and tag me. I usually see the tags, but I'm really not doing a whole lot online. I'm trying to distance myself. I'm kind of fed up with it. I get on Adagio, I get on PHN. I have a couple of places on Facebook that I check in with. My writers group is only there, so I have to go there, and my HFI stuff. So, but basically I'm just done. I'm tired of all the negativity and stuff, so I'm pretty much done.
So what else do you have?
Oh, Margaret. Okay, Margaret, love her dearly. She sent us prizes. Margaret, I tried to thank you, and I couldn't find I didn't know what your handle was on PHN because I
their
forgot.
brain broke.
And I couldn't find your email address to let you know that it arrived. I appreciate, both of us appreciate this. These are for prizes for PHN, and these
I don't know why I can't pull the name out of my head.
I can't remember what
it's like right here.
I can't even I don't know. We've got this little bag. It's got the oddest shape. I've never seen one made like this. Is cute. This is by
Solstice Studios? No.
Something Phillies?
In the Miller. In the Mitten? In the Mitten.
In the Mitten? Okay, in the Mitten. So I've never I think this is a Notions bag. No, Notion couch. It's kind of an odd shape, but it's cute as all get out. Oh, I see. It's like this. It's kind of a Notions kind of thing. It's really adorable. And it's like smiling balls of yarn. It's adorable. And it's got circular needles and hooks and scissors. And I'm really happy because they didn't leave out the hooks.
Yeah.
Very cool. Then we have the Jetson bag. So that's really cute. It's really well made too. I wonder if this is an Anne Brodie bag. It feels like one.
She usually has her tag on the
Silvershed USA. Yep, Silvershed USA.
Yep.
If there's something about an Anne bag that you just, and it's got a zipper in it. I haven't seen a zipper in her bag in a while. It's really nice.
Maybe a zipper in her bag in a while. Oh, in the inside. Yeah, that must be an older bag.
It's a really nice bag.
Although I think there was a point where you could still customize.
Oh, you can. You always could.
Yeah.
So this is a really nice bag. This is I think all of these are Anne Brodie bags, actually. This is one of our PHN bags. So people who were not able to get into it, maybe somebody has a chance to win it.
Yeah, that's a 5-year anniversary.
This is a 5-year one. So this one does not have a zipper in it, but it does have the box bottom to it.
Yeah, I think that was around the period of time where she stopped doing it, like, basically always.
And I'm not sure if this is...
This
is an Anne,
I was going to say, I thought that was an Anne. I remember her having that fabric. It's cute.
It is adorable. Let me see here. I don't see...
I mean, I could have sworn it was one of hers.
I know she had the fabric.
Yeah, I know she had the fabric. I know she has a pouch like this.
Everyday sock. You left a tag in here, Margaret. I hope you don't need this for anything. Roto did it. Folsom colorway.
Trying to see where it says.
I don't think it has anything for the...
Because, yeah, usually if it's... Oh, hold on.
Oh, here we go. This looks like it's one of her bucket bags.
It does look like it's one of her bucket bags.
Well, Margaret, if you see this, you can tell us if this is an Anne Brodie bag.
Because I recognize, like, she has a...
this is a
coin pouch type one. I like the way that I didn't realize that her.
Yeah, this
I like that setup.
This was one of her new ones. If this is hers, I know she has something like this.
Yeah, I like that setup.
And I remember when it came out. Margaret,
because I haven't seen one quite like that. That's pretty.
Margaret, can you tell us if this is an Anne bag as well?
I feel like it is.
It feels like an Anne bag as well, but it's a lovely bag. I love the cameras, the vintage cameras.
Yes.
So this is really nice. So she gave us 4 prizes for you guys. So this is probably going to be not in this upcoming along, possibly in the end of the year, but definitely go through the next year for the alongs. And then we have this nice little
note.
I'm not going to read you the note, but there's the card itself. Isn't that adorable with the butterflies? Yeah, Margaret, I intended to write you a thank you note. but I couldn't figure out how to get it to you. So I was really being good. I just couldn't find it. So that takes care of that. Thank you so much, Margaret.
Thank you
We appreciate
very much.
that. And I know that the winners will love these. Okay, do you have anything else?
Okay, so I just have the last pistachio, which does include yours.
Mine?
Yeah, hold on.
Mine what? Oh, right.
Let me give you yours. So, you saw some of mine. I was picking up washi tape. I still have some coming in. This one I got from Mom. I'll show this one first. This is, this girl does mostly samples. It's Bloomsbury Tape Co. Oh, look, she's a little bunny on there.
Bunny.
Yeah, I just hang that around and pull it off. And that's the owl one that she has, and that's a double sample. So they got little owls on it.
I love it. Thank you.
She then sent me this little rose one, just extra.
That's so cute.
And I ordered this one with...
Mushrooms. They're mushrooms.
No, it's not.
That is a mushroom.
Where?
Right there.
That's not a mushroom, that's a lamp.
It's a mushroom. A mushroom lamp.
So,
I can't see without my glasses.
it's a lamp next to a book.
Mushroom lamp. I like these owls.
So, more booky type ones for my my book journal. And as you can see, I have other book washi tapes. Different heights, which is convenient. And I'm putting it along the bottom because the journal I have actually has quotes that don't really fit my book journal, so I'm taking care of that problem. Then this is the one that I'm going to be cutting up and using based on what I feel like having the picture. This will go along the side of things. This is supposed to be like bookshops and stuff.
All right.
And then this one is cute. I think I have another one similar to this coming in. I think I have a couple from this shop. This is thecleverclove.com. And one of the things I don't know if she has washi tape like this or if it's just stickers where it's Netflix, and so it's the animals knitting. I think while watching something on their computer, and they have a pile of books next to them and a tea on top of that.
I'm just trying to see how far this goes.
You know, I'm not quite sure. I think I already have used this one.
Okay, but how about this?
Oh no, I haven't used that one. I didn't even know that one was there.
Looks like you have quite a few there.
Yeah. So this one is a bunch of different animals reading. It's got a raccoon, it's got a bunny, a cow, a hedgehog, and a raccoon. And they're all reading like on the floor like you do when you're a kid. It's just really cute.
I think Davina's making
Yes,
lunch.
she is. But yeah, that is it for the current washi tape. I will have more to show you next time. I also have stamps so that I don't have to keep on using star stickers for my star ratings. I could just stamp it, and that'll save on, stickers. Yeah, that's Bloomsbury Tape Co. And that is a double order of the owl thing. She just did it all together, yeah.
Yeah, and I have some stickers and washi tape coming in from a shop. The lady is a doll. Mm-hmm. She wrote to me to let me know that, well, first she saw...
I think they're coming tomorrow, aren't they?
Tomorrow or today even.
Yeah.
I placed an order. She thanked me for the order and let me know that the second order I placed came in too, and did I want them to go together. And so we have a conversation going back and forth. I said that was fine, but because I purchased another thing after that, after the other one had already gone out, so she sent that one out too. And she's really sweet.
And I've noticed that a lot of the Etsy journaling places that they're really quick to give you codes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For coupons.
Yeah, I got a $5 coupon code on the thing I just bought because I bought something and she sent me, I guess, a thank you note or something, or I don't know exactly how it worked. I thought it was for the other thing that was on digital because it was sitting in my cart.
Yeah.
But no, that's a different person. So I just, I need this thing. I want this tool that allows you to pull the sticker off without like damaging your nails and damaging the thing and all that kind of stuff. So I have to figure out how to use that. So I got that, and I got
if you like it eventually, I might get one of those. But we should probably close it up. I've actually been minor headed to Flair for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. We want to thank the people who said something on YouTube or on PHN. I only saw YouTube. So if you did something on PHN or you did YouTube later, we thank you as well. But we want to thank Renegale, Yarn Cave, Paula, Looney Hiker, Meditative Crafter, and Wendy, and anyone else who may have commented. We really appreciate it. I did respond to everybody on YouTube, so I don't know if I missed anybody, but thank you very, very much. We hope to see you again here for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles Podcast, episode 571, and that's a wrap.
Bye.
Bye.